Thank you again for joining the annual meeting of the Condominium Authority of Ontario. My name is Alex Derto. I'm CAO's Manager of Marketing, Comms, and User Experience. Bienvenue à tous les membres de nos communautés de condos de l'Ontario. I'd like to begin with a land acknowledgement, as is customary in the Condo Authority. We acknowledge that the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse nations, Inuit and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Dish with One Spoon territory, also known as Treaty 13, with the Mississaugas of the Credit. In a spirit of reconciliation and gratitude for those who first occupied these lands, we offer thanks for the histories, languages, and traditions that influence us to this day. We seek to both honor and forge new connections with all residents of Turtle Island and beyond. A couple of administrative points before we begin. We'll be recording today's webinar and collecting your questions. Please use the Q&A function to submit your questions. We will also keep the webinar open after we conclude for a few minutes so you can get any questions in that you are not able to do so during the webinar. We will post the recording of this webinar and the FAQs from the chat on our website and on our social media next week. So please ensure that you follow us on social media so you can keep an eye on that. Should you have any questions with slides or have any issues about hearing the content, please let us know in the chat and we can try to resolve that as soon as possible. The CAO's bylaw specifies that members of the corporation are the directors of the CAO board. And as such, those who have registered will be able to observe the meeting, but only members of the CAO's board will be able to be on camera and speaking during this meeting. So by way of introduction, joining us today are the current members of the corporation, including Alison Scanlon, who is chair, Samir Malik, vice chair, Richard Austin, secretary, Dennis Moyer, treasurer, Vincenza Galatone, director, and Ray Kindiak, who is also director. Also from CAO staff, we have Robin Defo, who is the CEO and registrar, and Rana Khurram Manzoor, who is the chief financial and digital operations officer. We are very pleased to kick off today's annual meeting with a special video message from the Honorable Todd McCarthy, Minister of Public and Business Service Delivery and Procurement, who is also currently the Interim Minister of Environment, Conservation and Parks. So before we dive into business, we will just let you hear the message from the Minister. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Ontario's Ministry of Public and Business Service Delivery and Procurement, I am honored to have this opportunity to offer a few words on the occasion of your annual members' meeting. To Alison Scanlon, Robin Defoe, the board, and the entire CAO team, thank you for another great year. More than 1 million Ontarians call condominiums home, and our government understands that condominium communities often experience unique challenges and disputes. Over the past year, CAO has continued to support sustainable growth in the condo sector by helping condominium owners, residents, boards, and buyers meet the unique challenges of today's market. I applaud the CAO's ongoing work to enhance education and dispute resolution services while maintaining an even playing field between condo owners and boards. Whether modernizing how condo corporations pay invoices online or seeking feedback to update the Condo Buyer's Guide, your achievements continue to provide condo communities with the tools and resources they need to play an active role in Ontario's real estate landscape. This past summer, we asked for public feedback on the potential of allowing the Condominium Authority Tribunal to resolve disputes related to owners' meetings. As you are aware, we are currently consulting on more ways to strengthen protections for condo owners and condo buyers by increasing operational and financial transparency while limiting burdens on condo corporations. And we are also consulting on changes related to records access to enhance safety in condominium communities. My ministry is grateful for the insightful feedback we received as we consider next steps to further strengthen the sector. Ontario is growing, and condominiums will continue to play an important role in home ownership for generations to come. Our government is committed to building the Ontario of tomorrow, and that requires a condominium sector that is safe, transparent, and accessible for owners, buyers, and boards. I look forward to working closely with the CAO as we continue to protect Ontarians and strengthen our province's condominium sector. Thank you again for this opportunity to say a few words at this important gathering. I wish you all a productive and engaging meeting.
Thank you. That was really great. Allison, we'll kick it off to you for some opening remarks.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Allison Scanlon, Chair of the CAO Board of Directors. I'd like to thank Minister McCarthy for taking the time to share those remarks and outlining the recent initiatives undertaken as part of the government's commitment to support Ontario's condo sector. The CAO looks forward to its continued collaboration with the ministry to enhance consumer protection through our information, education, and dispute resolution services for condo communities. I want to thank you all for joining us today for our annual members meeting. It has been my privilege to serve on the board these past 4 years and in my current role as chair. I'd like to begin by introducing our two newest board members since our last annual meeting. Elected Director and current Board Treasurer, Dennis Moyer, and Ministerial appointed Director, Ray Kindiak. On behalf of the board, we extend our gratitude to outgoing Ministerial appointed Director, Bakr Alazawi, for his dedication and service to the CAO over the course of the past year. You can read the bios of all our current board directors on the CAO's website. I'm pleased to speak to a very important initiative undertaken by the board and senior management team in 2023. The CAO conducted a comprehensive strategic planning exercise that allowed us to identify best practices, evaluate sector trends, and establish our strategic plan and direction for 2024-2027. We are proud of the work that went into finalizing this new plan that reconfirms our mission and vision and outlines our strategic direction and objectives to continue to position CAO as the leading authority in the dynamic condo landscape. Rapid and wide-reaching changes continue to affect the sector and present unique challenges for everyone. As the minister referenced, we anticipate more changes over the next few years as ongoing housing and economic pressures rise. This environment, along with growing condo communities, increase the demand for CAO's services, guidance, education, and dispute resolution services. We will continue to focus our consumer protection mandate of helping our clients and stakeholders help you navigate the complexities of condo living, particularly through times of economic uncertainty. Our strategic plan proactively charts our course forward into the future to get ahead of the expected increase in demand of our services and outlines how we will enhance our services through innovative technologies and solutions that continue to support the diverse needs of condo communities. This strategic plan is available on our website, and I encourage all of you to check it out along with our 2024-25 business plan that delves deeper into our priorities to achieve this ambitious strategic plan. We will now move forward with the formal agenda for conducting annual meeting business. I'd like to bring this annual meeting of the Condominium Authority to order as specified by our bylaw. We are pleased to be joined by individuals from many condo communities, as well as the public, who are observing today's meeting. The meeting agenda and supporting documents will be kept by the Secretary along with the minutes of this meeting, which will be approved at our next annual meeting. With a quorum of members present, I now declare that the meeting is regularly called and properly constituted for the transaction of business. Moving on to our agenda for the meeting. The business agenda was included in the materials distributed to the members who are the board directors of the CAO and was shared in advance of this meeting directly with everyone that registered to attend. Is there any question from any members on the agenda? Please raise your hand if you do have a question. Seeing none, I move that the agenda for the 2024 annual meeting be approved.
I second that motion.
All in favor of the motion, please signify approval by raising your hand. Is anyone against or withholding? Hearing none, the motion is carried. I will now hand the meeting over to Secretary Richard Austin for the approval of the minutes. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Allison. And good morning to members of the CAO, and all those who are joining us today. The draft minutes of the last annual meeting, which took place on September 27, 2023, were provided to the members. Are there any questions from any members regarding the minutes? Please raise your hand if you have a question. Seeing none, I move that the minutes of the annual meeting held on September 27, 2023 be approved.
I second the motion.
All in favor of the motion, please signify approval by raising your hand. Is anyone against or withholding? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Moving on to the draft minutes of the special meeting of members, which took place on November 13th, 2023, which were also provided to the members. Are there any questions from any of the members regarding the minutes? Please raise your hand if you have a question. Seeing none, I move that the minutes of the special members meeting held on November 13th, 2023 be approved.
I second the motion.
All in favor of the motion, please signify approval by raising your hand. Is anyone against or withholding? Hearing none, the motion is carried. I will now hand the meeting back to the chair.
Thank you, Richard. Next, we will undertake the re-election of current director Vincenza Galatoni, who has served a 3-year term on the CAO Board of Directors and is standing for re-election per our bylaws. I move that Vincenza Galatoni be re-elected as a director of the corporation for a 3-year term concluding at CAO's 2027 annual meeting.
I second the motion.
All in favor of the motion, please signify approval by raising your hand. Is anyone against or withholding? Vincenza is withholding her vote. The motion is carried. I'm now pleased to pass it over to Treasurer Dennis Moir to present the matter of the financial statements and auditor's report for the fiscal year ending on March 31st, 2024.
Dennis, I think you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Allison, and good morning, and welcome everybody to this morning's meeting. We are pleased to present the financial statements and the auditor's report for the CAO for the year ended March 31st, 2024. I'll now call on CAO's Chief Financial and Digital Operations Officer, Rana Karan Marzur, to provide an overview of the financial results and the auditor's findings. Rana?
Thank you, Dennis, and thank you to everyone for attending this morning. I'm pleased to present the audited financial statements of CAO for the fiscal year 2023-2024, covering the period from the April 1st, 2023 to March 31st, 2024. The financial records of the CAO were audited by BDO Canada LLP in the May of 2024, and the audited draft financial statements were presented to the Audit and Risk Committee on the June 26th of 2024 for their review. The auditor provided a clean audit report with no misstatements or errors. The board approved the audited financial statements on the June 27th, 2024. They were then filed with the Ontario Ministry of Public and Business Service Delivery and Procurement and are available on our website as part of the 2023-2024 annual report.
Thank you, Rana. Are there any questions with respect to the financial statements? Please raise your hands, members, if you have any questions. Seeing none, I move that the financial statements of the corporation for the financial year ending March 31st, 2024, together with the reports of the corporation's auditors thereon, are accepted.
I second the motion.
All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand for approval. Is anyone against or withholding? Hearing none, the motion is carried. The audit statements for the CAO for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2024 are accepted by the members. Moving on to the next item regarding the appointment of the auditors of the corporation. I move that BDO Canada LLP be appointed auditors of the Condominium Authority of Ontario until the next annual meeting or until their successor is appointed, and that their remuneration for such a role be fixed by the directors.
I second the motion.
All in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Anybody withholding? Hearing none, the motion is carried. I'll pass the mic over to Allison.
Allison, you're just on mute.
Thank you. My apologies. This concludes the formal agenda of our 2024 annual meeting. I would like to thank the staff for their hard work on the annual report, for the steady and prudent management of the CAO's finances, and for organizing this important public annual meeting to report on the business affairs for the corporation for fiscal year 23-24. Can I request a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Someone unmute.
Can I request a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move that motion.
Thank you, Richard. All in favor of the motion, please signify approval by raising your hand. Is anyone against or withholding? Hearing none, the motion is carried. I declare this annual meeting of members concluded and adjourned at 9:25. I will now pass it over to CEO and Registrar Robin Dafoe to provide an update on the business of the corporation of this past year.
Thank you, Allison. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for attending CAO's annual meeting this morning. I'm Robin Dafoe, CEO and Registrar of the Condo Authority, and it's fantastic to have so many condo community members from across the sector and the province join us online this morning. I also want to thank the Minister for sharing his important message with us today. The CAO remains committed to collaborating with the Ministry to ensure consumer protection for all condo communities. In addition, I want to thank the members of the condo community who always share their feedback through questions to the team, surveys, advisory panels, focus groups, and user testing. Collaboration with condo community members is paramount to the work we do to support your needs, particularly as the condominium sector continues to evolve each year. On behalf of our dedicated staff and board, we appreciate your active and continued engagement. As Allison mentioned earlier, the sector is changing quickly, and we know we must continue to be proactive and ready to respond to emerging industry trends and issues as they arise. At the CAO, we are committed to fulfilling our mandate of providing consumer protection and support to condo communities through the 3 pillars of our digital delivery model: information, education, and dispute resolution services. We've provided an overview of our work on your behalf in the CAO's 2023-2024 annual report, which I'm pleased to advise is now available on our website, and the link is being shared now in the chat. Our annual report dives deeper into our services, activities, performance, and results throughout our last fiscal year. I'd like to share some notable highlights and speak to some of the new and exciting initiatives at the CAO. The CAO is proud to support the 1.71 million people living in condos across the province, which has grown since our first full year of operation in 2018. We work hard to help so that they can enjoy their home and the best that condo living has to offer, achieving our vision for strong and vibrant condo communities in Ontario. Within the more than 13,000 condo corporations, as of March 31st, 2024, there are more than 898,000 residential condo units and 45,000 or more condo directors across Ontario. All condo corporations in Ontario must file an annual return with the CAO, and we're proud to report that nearly 96% of condo corporations have filed their 2023-2024 return. Thanks to the outreach initiatives of our data and compliance team, efforts continue to ensure that all condominiums meet this important legal obligation that is essential for protecting condo consumers. Moving on to our mandatory director training, feedback from users remains consistently positive, with approximately 90% satisfaction across the 4 KPIs, our key performance indicators, that we've established. These are the satisfaction rating, that they learn something new, that they would recommend it to others, and that it's easy to navigate. I'm pleased to report that the advanced director training that we launched recently continues to be well received with a 92% satisfaction rate. I'm really pleased to announce that our new Director Training 2.0 program will be launching on November 1st this year, on the 7th year anniversary of the original program. Director Training 2.0 will combine most of the modules from the foundational and advanced training. It will feature 2 new modules on conflict resolution and a self-assessment module for directors and others who take the training to understand where they might want to revisit a module or review one of our guides. We'll also be launching at the same time on November 1st, a new director competency framework. This is designed to help current and prospective directors and owners better understand the important responsibility and the skills required in order to excel in their role. Boards can use this framework to ensure that the 7 competencies are represented within their boards and identify and address any gaps. Last year, the entire team worked hard on several outreach and engagement efforts to meet our strategic goals for reaching all condo community members in Ontario. Our redesigned website was launched and continues to support condo communities with further enhancements such as improvements to our Contact Us page and self-help workflows to help users resolve issues early and on their own. I'm pleased to report that our social media followers across all channels was up by 36% from the previous year. CAO's quarterly owners newsletter last year continued to provide several important updates to the sector on our work and updates on new guides and changes to the Condo Act, as well as user feedback on our services. The newsletter is available on our website, and we continue to send it directly to owners who have subscribed with us, as well as all the directors and managers in our database so that they can pass it on to the owners in their condo community. A pillar of CAO services is helping condo communities resolve common issues early through our integrated dispute resolution service. Our Guided Steps to Solving Common Issues is a step-by-step resource that provides information, tools, and templates to help address 15 common issues collaboratively. Online enhancements led to a substantial increase, as you can see on screen, to the visits to our Guided Step pages, with over 190,000 page visits in total, which is more than double from the year before. Where issues cannot be resolved on their own, CAO is proud to offer Canada's only fully online tribunal, the Condominium Authority Tribunal, to help resolve disputes within its jurisdiction. Since the tribunal's launch in November 1st, 2017, cases have steadily increased as its jurisdiction continued to expand. In July 2024, the Ministry issued a public consultation on the proposed expansion of the CAT's jurisdiction, as the Minister referenced earlier, and CAO will be ready to support and action whatever comes out of their report. The CAO's online dispute resolution platform is designed to support all users through the online legal process, which is particularly helpful for self-represented parties. I'm pleased to share that the CAO team is working on a brand new guide to specifically help self-represented parties understand and navigate the process with ease. This is in addition to the numerous CAT support tools, checklists, and guides, and other information and resources available on our website. This year, the tribunal accepted 315 new cases and issued 197 orders and decisions. The tribunal's case decisions and orders have significant impact and provide guidance for all condo corporations and owners facing similar scenarios. Our communications team regularly posts summaries of the tribunal decisions on our Facebook and our X social media channels to increase understanding and awareness of potential case outcomes in similar situations. I encourage you to check them out. Our policy and programs team were quite busy last year, working on key initiatives for the organization that involved researching and producing a range of information, tools, and guidance to support the sector. This included using sector feedback to review and update CAO's guide on condo reserve funds, as well as issuing a first of its kind sector survey. We issued 2 surveys on the health and awareness of reserve funds. The new guide and the survey findings were both published on CAO's website in early September. The report provides key findings on the state of condo reserve funds in the province, which will be used to inform future data collection and support to the sector. I want to extend our appreciation to the condo corporations and owners who participated in the surveys, as well as the members of our advisory panels and pilot groups, and these individuals are referenced in the report, as well as the Ministry for their feedback on the draft report. Lastly, but certainly not least, our highly skilled information services team continues to provide direct support to clients through phone and email, totaling more than 35,000 interactions last year. We are very pleased that 87% of clients who completed our satisfaction surveys agreed that CAO's client services and our online information provide support and help add value to the condo sector. And this is up by almost 2% from the previous year. This feedback confirms the benefits of our digital service delivery model and innovative and leading edge approaches for building and delivering high quality technology solutions that allow us to support condo communities in every corner of the province. We encourage you to please complete our surveys whenever you use our information or interact with one of our information service officers. Hearing your perspective helps us serve you better. Thank you, everyone. That concludes my portion of today's meeting. I want to thank CAO's Board of Directors for their continued strategic guidance over the last year and beyond, and a special congratulations to the CAO team for their hard work and dedication to excellence that enabled us to meet the goals and objectives set for us by the board to achieve our mandate. I also want to express my appreciation for and recognize our important sector partnerships with the Ministry and other condo sector organizations as we continue to work together to protect and support Ontario's condo communities. Again, if you have any questions about what you heard today, please leave us a message in the chat. Thank you again for joining us. I will now pass it back to Alex to conclude the meeting.
Thank you very much, Robin. And thanks to everyone who's been asking questions in the chat. We have over 300 attendees today, which has been really great to see all the interest. If you found today's meeting helpful and interesting and informative, don't forget to follow us on your favorite social media platform so you can stay in the know with CAO. You can also subscribe to our mailing list. We regularly share best practices, advice on condo living, news from the sector, and opportunities to speak to us directly through advisory tables, and as well as information on when we'll be having our next webinar, which you definitely won't want to miss. The link to subscribe will be posted in the chat shortly. I see it's already posted. We're going to keep the lines open just a few more minutes so that folks can ask us any questions in the chat. And then we'll be getting together a package of questions and posting them on our website next week, as I mentioned earlier. So please feel free to ask anything that is still that you still need to know about. Otherwise, thank you again for joining us and thank you for your questions. Please remember to check back with us next week for those answers. Merci d'avoir été des nôtres. Je vous souhaite une excellente journée. Thank you.